So I'll give you a chance. Some of you are still looking for your tables. I might need a little step stool. I don't know.
Between you and I, we're not the tallest.
This podium is kind of tall.
Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. The show is about to begin.
Okay, this is the group we were waiting for right here. So now we can begin our program. Thank you. Hi, Mona. We should start, right? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, families and friends. We are very excited to have you joining us this evening for an important evening honoring 15 women from the San Antonio area. 15 outstanding women. My name is Elizabeth Ruiz, your Mistress of Ceremonies for the evening, and a 2005 San Antonio Women's Hall of Fame inductee. I'm the one up here looking like a Smurf in sequins. On your table, this is very important. This is very important, everybody. If I could have your attention for this. On your table, you will find a table card which has a list of tonight's inductees. On another panel of the card, you'll find a QR code in order to access the program for this evening. And in addition, there's a QR code so that you can make a donation anytime throughout the evening and even after the event. And your donation tonight will be matched by somebody. They won't tell me who it is, but someone has promised to match all of the donations made here tonight. Isn't that great? And that donation is doubled to benefit the Young Women's Leadership Academy, the YWLA. Aren't they awesome? These young ladies, so outstanding. They were helping you find your seats, get to the tables, get to the right place tonight, and we are so grateful to them. So now, could I have everyone's attention as I call to the lectern, Bexar County Judge Peter Sakai to read a county proclamation.
Am I read the proclamation? Yes, you're going to read the proclamation. All right. Just want to let y'all know, nobody gave me a script. So I'm like, okay, am I supposed to read the proclamation? But let me welcome everybody here to the San Antonio Women's Hall of Fame dinner tonight. I will tell you what a tremendous amount of work, dedication, and effort was put in to make this dinner come away tonight. And I want to give the whole team, including my lovely wife, Rachel Sakai, a round of applause for the hard work that they did. So, as your county judge, I have brought a proclamation to read tonight, and I will do that right now. In the name and authority of the Commissioners Court of Bexar County, proclamation, whereas Texas Governor Mark White proclaimed Women in Texas Today Week to honor Texas women who helped shape the state, approved the establishment of Texas Women's Hall of Fame, and whereas Dr. Gloria Jo Floyd conceived the idea of creating a San Antonio Women's Hall of Fame that was formally established in 1987, and whereas 53 women from 10 categories were inducted into the first class of the San Antonio Women's Hall of Fame, more than 515 have been inducted And whereas in 1993, the organization began awarding scholarships to recognize outstanding young women upon their high school graduation and entry into college, a scholarship trust fund was established in 1998. And whereas in 1998, the board of the San Antonio Women's Hall of Fame conferred honorary life membership upon Dr. Floyd, and in 2012, the association established the Stephanie Brown Scholarship in honor of the following San Antonio Police Department officer. Now, therefore, be resolved that the Bexar County Commissioners Court hereby recognizes and proclaims May 31, 2025, to be San Antonio Women's Hall of Fame Day, witnessed by the signatures of myself and our four county commissioners, Commissioner Clay Flores, Commissioner Rodriguez, Commissioner Moody, and Commissioner Calvert. Congratulations, job well done.
Okay, I was wondering what this was. This is a table card. This is a table card that all of you have on your tables with all kinds of QR codes and stuff. Do we need a QR code for our dinner? No. No. Okay, good. Please welcome now our president, the president of the San Antonio Women's Hall of Fame, Doris Slay-Barber.
Well, between Liz and Judge Sakai, that's a tough act to follow. But I'm so happy and glad to have each and every one of you here this evening. I visited with several of you out in the reception area, and you're all excited to help honor 15 wonderful women today. So with that, Judge Sakai gave you a little bit of our history. In 1984, Dr. Gloria Jo Floyd, while she was serving on that Texas Governor's Commission, she had a great idea, and we're so glad that she did. And with that, the formation of an organization to continue to honor and recognize and promote other women is such a wonderful thing and a legacy to have continued. Each year, women from 16 different categories are nominated. It's a community nomination. Anyone in the Bexar County and the contiguous counties of Bexar are eligible to be nominated for that particular honor. And that is exactly how these women who are here that we're honoring today were selected. So as you think to the future, I encourage you to look at our new website. Just Google San Antonio Women's Hall of Fame, and you will see that we have there some nominations forms. They will be changing a little bit. We'll be updating those this summer, but I encourage you too to participate in that in the future. So, as I said, back in 1984, 53 women, as Judge said, from 10 categories were the very first inductees to be recognized. And we've added a few more, Judge, so we now have 543 inductees into the San Antonio Women's Hall of Fame. I also want to recognize Dr. Gloria Jo Floyd's son, Bucky Elliott Floyd, who is here with us this evening. And Bucky, I want to thank you and your beautiful wife for being with us, but most of all, thank you for sharing your mom and her concept of creating this wonderful organization. I want to recognize one of the 1984, the first class of Women's Hall of Fame inductees. And I'm looking around the room. I don't know exactly where she's sitting. So tonight we want to recognize Sonia Hernandez Rodriguez. Sonia, where are you? There she is. So in addition to being recognized, it's not a one and done. You can see that these women continue to come back and give to the community and continue to honor each other. As a leader in this organization, I'm very thankful to the women who came before, the women who helped to establish new and additional traditions and led this organization. So will the past presidents of the San Antonio Women's Hall of Fame please rise and be recognized? Thank you, ladies. And as you know, if you have served on any organization's committee, it's not one person, it's not even one committee that does everything to make an organization great. It's all the members, all the participants. So will all of the members of the San Antonio Women's Hall of Fame please rise and be recognized? Thank you, ladies, for being here this evening and continuing to support the organization and nominate new members. In 2014, as Judge Sakai mentioned, the San Antonio Women's Hall of Fame partnered with the relatively new campus in San Antonio, and that was the Young Women's Leadership Academy. The students at the Academy are the means by which we fulfill our mission of helping other women pursue their college education, promote the status of women, and the other interest in the San Antonio. Tonight, several Young Women's Leadership Academy students helped you find your place in the room, helped you perhaps with your phone, knowing how to scan a QR code, that thing with the squiggly stuff. I had someone tell me, I don't want a picture of that. That's not for my camera. Well, it'll help you get as Liz said, it'll help you identify and get a copy of the program for this evening. As well as if you close the app, you'll be able to get back to the silent auction anytime. But I want to recognize the Young Women's Leadership Academy students and their chaperones that are here this evening. They're right front and center. Thank you, Valero, for sponsoring them. Ladies, stand up. And it's great to have these young ladies with us. School is over. Last night was graduation for their cohorts. So believe it or not, these are not seniors. If you talk to some of them, you would be very impressed about their plans for the future and their accomplishments during the current year. We have some juniors and some sophomores and even a freshman with us. So if you haven't visited with them, take an opportunity perhaps after the event to do that. Liz, how about some more information?
Yes. And we have two women from the Young Women's Leadership Academy to come up and read poems at this time. They are Charlie Rivera and Liliana Rowe, and they were asked to write a poem for you to enjoy on this very special occasion.
Invictus, Unconquered, by William Ernest Henley. Out of the night that covers me, black as a pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeoning of chance, my head is bloody, but unbowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade, and yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. It matters not how straight the gate, how charged with punishment the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. The poem I will be reading today is The Obsidian Heart. It's written by an undocumented author, but I did change a couple of lines. The obsidian heart, a mirror to the void, reflects the scars, the battles that destroy. Yet within its depths, a strength takes hold, a fire that burns, a story to be told. The cracks and fissures, once a mark of pain, now tell of resilience weathering the rain. Each shattered piece, a testament so true to the will to rise and see the world anew. No soft embrace, no gentle, tender touch, but hardened edges, valued so much. The obsidian heart, a monument of might, a beacon shining in the darkest night. The strength it holds, a quiet, steady grace, a silent promise etched upon its face. Through shadows linger and the storm may rage, the obsidian heart turns a new page. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's give them another round of applause. Thanks for those inspiring words. Now I have a poem of my own. Roses are red, violets are blue. Thanks for being here. I love you. We'd like to recognize and thank our sponsors who helped make this evening possible. You know, we couldn't do it without your help and the additional help of all of our sponsors. We start with a diamond sponsor, Valero. Is this the Valero table right here? And you get a diamond, and you get a diamond, and you get a diamond. And our platinum sponsor, Methodist Children's Hospital and Metropolitan Hospital. Our gold sponsors, Communicare and Gomez Law Firm. And our silver and bronze sponsors are listed in the program, and we want to thank all 23 of tonight's sponsors. Let's give them all a round of applause, please. Also, please refer to the digital program and the information displayed on the screens for these sponsors and a large number of business donors as well, and our Iceberg Award sponsor. That's what we present to our honorees tonight, the Iceberg. It is with your partnerships and sponsorships that we are able to continue the scholarships for the students, and we have a list of VIPs and elected officials to introduce later on in the program. So don't forget that you're bidding electronically. I know it's a QR code, but as Doris mentioned, we've got the Young Women's Leadership Academy students here to help you. Just come to this table right here if you don't know how to do it. And the silent auction will be over at 8:30, and that's the word from our president, right? Yes. So setting a max bid allows you to keep bidding even while enjoying dinner. Speaking of dinner, let's enjoy our meal and the company of those at our tables. And don't forget to donate, because your donation tonight will be matched by a very generous donor. I bet that generous donor would be real surprised if from this room we got like $100,000 donation. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I understand a few of you have had a difficult time either downloading the program or being able to access the silent auction. So I have notified the staff to see if we can get a better access on our internet access. So if you have downloaded the program, I think it may be, I know it's one of those technical things they always say, oh, it's just another excuse, but everyone trying to do it at the same time when we first entered the room, I think may have had something to do with that. But please try again to download the program if you have not done so. We will begin our program at this time. I wanted to mention one other thing. The wine at the table is to be consumed. It is not part of the decoration. So I know, I saw some tables I didn't have to say that to, but some I did. So please enjoy the wine.
You can't take it home. Oh, no, you can't. I didn't think you could.
Yeah, take it with you.
We have some elected officials with us, and I would like to introduce them to you. So as I call your name, please stand and wave. And we start with Judge Barbie Sharf-Zeldes, Probate Court number 3. Thank you, Judge. And we heard from him earlier, our Bexar County Judge, Peter Sakai. And his wife, Rachel, is with him now. And I want to tell you, yes, she is in charge of the silent auction. So she said, please remind them to bid, 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 and bid high. She does so much for nonprofit organizations, not just this one, but she is a member of the San Antonio Women's Hall of Fame, but she helps a lot of nonprofit organizations. So let's give our First Lady of Bexar County a big round of applause for all her volunteer work. And we have the Honorable Rosie Speedland Gonzalez, one of our inductees tonight. Oh my gosh. She's a rock star. I just feel so bad that she couldn't bring anybody to cheer for her. Judge Cristina Escalona, 186th District Court. Judge Melissa Sines, County Court number 2. Chief Justice Maria Salas Mendoza, 8th Court of Appeals. There's the chief. Retired Justice Gina Benavides, 13th Court of Appeals. Judge Elizabeth Martinez of the 73rd District Court. My tocaya, we have the same first name. Now remember the QR code on the table card. Your donation tonight. Somebody asked this earlier. Is that just for tonight? Yes, just for tonight in this room. If you donate, just make a special extra donation, not the silent auction, just a special donation. That will be matched by an unknown, very generous person. Now I'd like to invite you. Thank you for joining us and recognizing the importance of this event, honoring our local area women who are making history, recognizing them we usually recognize them during Women's History Month, but we were a little late this year. Better late than never. And now for the moment everyone has been waiting for, the introduction and induction of the 15 women we are here to honor tonight. Now, I will introduce each inductee. We're going to view a short video in which the inductee tells us about their career path, the role education and mentors played in its evolution, or what they find most rewarding about their chosen career. Each inductee selected photos that are included in the video. We didn't choose those photos, they did. And in order to give us additional information about herself or her career journey. And if you download the digital program for this evening's event, a reminder here, you will find additional information about each inductee. Each inductee will also receive a state-level certificate and the beautiful Iceberg Award that you see on this table. With an iceberg, we see only about 10% of its size above the surface, and the remaining 90% is unseen by most. Now that's with the real iceberg. However, it has tremendous impact because of its size, strength, and impact. And that is why we present the Iceberg Award, just like the women you are about to meet. Our first inductee. Our first inductee is Kim Jefferies, who is recognized for her role in the area of civic leadership. Kim Jefferies is CEO of Haven for Hope, and under her leadership, Haven for Hope was named Nonprofit of the Year, earned recognition as a top workplace, and achieved record client outcomes.
Me today and what I've achieved, you might think I've always had it all figured out, but that's far from the truth. I dropped out of college at 19 and didn't get my undergraduate degree until I was 31 and my master's at 40. My life hasn't been a straight line, but perseverance led me to find my passion and purpose. Some think discovering your passion is easy, and at its core, maybe it is, but in our busy, fast-paced world, it's easy to get distracted. As you begin the next chapter of your journey, you may have an idea of what you want to be: a teacher, doctor, lawyer, programmer, and I applaud you for that. But I also encourage you to stay open-minded. Pay attention to what grabs your heart and sparks your interest as you pursue your education. If you want to be a teacher, try a law or business class. If you're planning to be a lawyer, take an art or social work class. You might discover something unexpected that ignites your passion. You'll do your best work where your heart and strengths align. That's my story. My family was full of educators, so I naturally pursued teaching. I was passionate about helping others, but that didn't spark the passion I thought it would. When I returned to college, I took a business class and loved it. One class led to another, and I ended up with a degree in education and a minor in business. Exactly what I needed to lead a nonprofit, even though I didn't know it at the time. A heart for service and a mind for business has brought me success in the nonprofit sector. So as you move forward, stay curious, explore the unexpected, and allow yourself to find what truly lights your fire. It just might lead you to your purpose.
Congratulations, Kim Jefferies. Kim has been named one of San Antonio Business Journal's top 40 under 40, Woman of Impact, and top CEO. And she also has been recognized as a pillar for citizenship. And tonight, she's being inducted into the San Antonio Women's Hall of Fame. Beautiful. We had to do a little dance to get it together, but we got it. Thank you, Kim Jefferies, for helping the unhoused in our community. Tonight, we welcome Roxana V. Vargas into the San Antonio Women's Hall of Fame in the area of civic leadership. Roxana is a retired Chief Financial Officer for the Secretary of the Air Force's Acquisition Training Office and a Distinguished Air Force Civilian Service Medal Award recipient. She has served as a Bexar County Elections Judge, HOA Board President, and founding president of a Women's Leadership Network.
What we do in life echoes throughout eternity. Famous words indeed spoken by Marcus Aurelius, Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, over 1800 years ago. It was true then and is still true now, and applies to each one of us here being honored. Each of us is accomplished and successful in our respective careers. However, what singled us out in addition to our relative successes was the impact that we've made and continue to make in our community and the lives of those we serve. More fulfilling than a life well lived is helping others. Civic involvement in community service has enriched my life, familiarized me with my community, and connected me with people and ideas that positively impacted my life. For me, volunteerism was in the area of promoting education and scholarships, mentoring women and youth in disadvantaged districts, founding a women's leadership network and a scholarship organization focused on higher education by providing scholarships and mentoring, using my communication and news writing skills to publicize philanthropic efforts, or my financial background to audit books and raise funds for neighborhoods and nonprofits. As a St. Vincent de Paul Vincentian and spiritual advisor, working in the food pantry and providing spiritual support such as member retreats, prayers, and assistance for families in crisis is ennobling. Serving my community, neighborhoods, and church has provided me with a purpose after retirement and a wealth of like-minded extended family and friends. I leave you with a quote from Winston Churchill. "We make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give." God bless you all, and thank you for this very high honor.
Roxana obtained a Bachelor of Arts from St. Mary's University and graduated cum laude with an MAA in Finance from the University of the Incarnate Word. She's a lector and Eucharistic minister at Our Lady of Guadalupe Catholic Church. Congratulations, Roxana Vargas. Communications is our next category, and our inductee is Norma Reyes. Norma Reyes is an inspired leader, philanthropist, and entrepreneur. She has held membership and leadership roles with numerous organizations, including the Women's Club of San Antonio, Bexar County Family Justice Center, University Hospital Foundation, Military Civilian Club, Museo Alameda, and Fiesta San Antonio Commission.
I grew up on the south side of San Antonio, in a humble yet comfortable home. My mother was a stay-at-home mom, and my father worked tirelessly in the hotel industry for over 50 years. While we always had what we needed, there wasn't much left for extras. From an early age, my mother taught me a valuable lesson. Though we didn't have much money, we always had time, and time was something we could give generously. This often took the form of shared meals with neighbors and family, instilling in me the belief that giving of our time is one of the purest expressions of love. My mother also emphasized that if I chose to do something, it should be done with excellence, always striving to do better than before. Inspired by her teachings, I eagerly volunteered whenever I saw a need. I joined organizations, pitched in wherever help was needed, and encouraged others to join as well. Volunteering with friends not only made the work more enjoyable, but also amplified the impact of supporting worthy causes. With every endeavor, I aim to inspire others to join these important causes. I believe that together we can make a lasting difference. Education being dear to my heart, and knowing that we can end poverty through education, I encourage everyone to ensure that every child in our community get a better education.
Norma Reyes has been instrumental in growing the family business, Reyes Industries, but her early career began at USAA, and she dedicated several years to the tourism industry. She has helped raise millions of dollars for local service groups and scholarships. And we thank you, Norma Reyes. In the category of creative arts, we welcome Shelly Lares. Little Miss Dynamite. Shelly Lares is one of the most enduring artists in the Tejano music scene for more than 42 years, and she's a member of the Tejano Roots Hall of Fame. She has won numerous awards for Female Vocalist and Entertainer of the Year, Producer of the Year, and for Collaboration of the Year.
I would first of all like to give all of the honor and glory to God for giving me this beautiful life and for blessing me with the opportunity to do all that I love. I want to start by thanking the amazing women from the San Antonio Women's Hall of Fame for giving me this amazing honor. To be inducted in the company of such prestigious, intelligent, driven, and inspiring women is beyond an honor. It has allowed me to really look at myself and realize I haven't done too shabby in my career. Growing up, I knew God instilled a leadership quality in me, as well as having parents that are always supportive and always encouraging us to be our best, to serve God, and to serve our community to the best of our abilities. The gift of music is such a powerful one. It is a way I have connected with hundreds and thousands of people throughout my 40-plus year career, people of all generations. Now to be in the position to serve people in hospice care through music support, it's on a totally different level. To put a smile on a person's face who is about to transition is unlike anything I've ever experienced. Music is the gift that connects us all. Now, being the first artist in residence at UTSA, I have the privilege of mentoring and sharing my experiences and my expertise with aspiring artists. At my record label, Shell Shock Records 3, and my recording studio, I also get to inspire and connect with the next generation. I'm grateful for every opportunity I get to make a difference.
Congratulations, Shelly Lares. Shelly is a Grammy nominee who has toured all over the United States, as well as Mexico, Korea, and Japan. And she has donated a recording session at her recording studio as part of our silent auction tonight. So if you know anybody who wants to be a recording star,
If you can't sing, I can
bid.
teach you.
Oh, Shelly says, if you can't sing, she can help you. There you go. Here's your chance. Bid and bid high for that recording session. Thank you, Shelly Lares. Little Miss Dynamite.
I don't want to interrupt the presentation, but if our inductees will come up on this side, it'll make it a little bit easier for you to be able to, without having to go behind the podium. So, thank you. Oh, and one more thing for family members. Never fear, there will be a group picture at the very end, and you'll have plenty of stage time with your honoree after the event.
Yes, the big camera is right here, and that's what y'all want to look at. Joel Spring, right here. Of course, Doris, if they want to take a longer walk, in the category of education K through 12, we congratulate Yvette Reyna. Yvette left her television career in 2009 to pursue her calling in education. She currently serves as Executive Director of the Bernie Education Foundation and Bernie ISD Community Partnerships.
I'm a first-generation college student and graduate student, so my degrees in communications have been instrumental in my success. It provided me with the tools to effectively communicate, whether public speaking, writing, or building relationships. It also gave me the confidence to tackle challenges and lead initiatives, as I was equipped with a solid understanding of how to convey messages and advocate for causes I really care about. The knowledge I gained through my education, combined with practical experiences, has been key to my growth as a leader. I've always been a strong believer in leading from wherever you are, which means taking responsibility for making a positive impact and inspiring others, no matter your position or title. For example, if you're working on a group project, you don't need to be the official leader to contribute in a meaningful way. You can lead by offering good ideas, encouraging your teammates, or helping to solve problems. It's about being proactive, showing initiative, and setting an example through your actions, no matter what your role is.
Congratulations, Yvette Reyna. Now, Yvette has coordinated youth football camps with NFL greats for underprivileged children and a Trailblazer speaker series to connect women leaders with middle school students. She's a recipient of the Women of Distinction Award from the Texas Association of Mexican American Chambers of Commerce, and she's a first-generation college graduate with a bachelor's and master's in communications from the University of the Incarnate Word. Thank you, Yvette Reyna. Also in the category of pre-K through 12, we honor Dr. Claudia L. Walker. Dr. Walker served 20 years in the U.S. Air Force as a Czechoslovak linguist, an intelligence analyst, and a recruiter. She teaches pre-K through kindergarten students with special needs in the Judson School District and adult ESL students in the Northeast School District. And she also serves as an adjunct faculty member at St. Philip's College.
My mother and my three sisters were my initial mentors. Their encouragement, examples, and gentle pushes helped form me to be the person I am today. I retired from the Air Force, worked as a government contractor for a few years, then read The Purpose-Driven Life, and I recognized I am supposed to be a professional educator. The most gratifying aspect of being a professional educator is simply facilitating the learning of children with special needs, the learning of adult English language learners, and the learning of adults in college. My passion, however, is teaching children with special needs. They learn and grow at their own pace, but they still learn and grow. There are two mentors who guided me on this path. My very first principal, Dr. Melissa Arnell, set the example of leadership and mentorship. I have never served under a principal who showed as much character, compassion, and superb leadership traits as Dr. Arnell. Dr. Sharon Michael Chadwell mentored me as an adjunct at the University of Phoenix and continually encouraged me to complete my doctorate. I did not envision myself in a classroom ever again. I also recognize I am exactly where I'm supposed to be professionally. These students did not have a teacher. This is my third time as a classroom teacher. Serving as a special education teacher for 3 to 5-year-old children is a gratifying position. I served on active duty in the Air Force and I felt that was quite honorable. However, teaching children with special needs is humbling and honorable. I have some physical challenges and my students have mental, physical, or psychological challenges. I want them to see me as an example to never quit and adapt my mantra to always just breathe and keep smiling.
Congratulations, Dr. Claudia Walker. She's a recipient of the Blue Suit Award, which is given to the top 10 Air Force recruiters in the country. She currently serves as president of the American Association of University Women. So we thank you for your service to our country and your continuing service in the field of education for our youngsters. She's also been a member of the Texas Alliance of Black School Educators and Beta Chapter of Delta Kappa Gamma. In the category of health professions, we celebrate Dr. Cheryl E. Davis. Dr. Davis established the Cheryl E. Davis Family Dentistry at historic Ellis Alley Enclave, a historic African-American business district, and she's the current CEO. She also served 5 years in the U.S. Air Force Dental Corps and worked as a dentist at the Bexar County Jail.
I have had many defining moments in my life. The most defining was the acceptance to the University of Alabama School of Dentistry at Birmingham. After the acceptance, I was summoned to the office where he stated, "This school is not designed for African Americans to pass. However, since you are not from the South, your task is to change the perception of African Americans, which will hopefully increase the acceptance rate." This was a daunting challenge because I was up against the impossible. And as I walked across the stage in tears to accept my degree, I reflected on the fact that my grandmother attended first grade when she was 12 years old, and my mother, who's a graduate of Alabama State College for Negroes, could not attend due to segregation. So I accept this award on their behalf.
Congratulations, Dr. Cheryl E. Davis. Dr. Davis partnered with Arms of Hope to provide dental care for troubled teenagers, and she has served on several boards, including Practice-Based Research Network Advisory Board at the University of Texas Health Science Center, and the Harry Jerzyk Advisory Board at Our Lady of the Lake University and the San Antonio Christian Dental Clinic. Thank you for your service to our country and to our community. Dr. Cheryl E. Davis. Our second inductee in the category of health professions is Dr. Monika Kapur. Dr. Kapur is president and CEO of University Medicine Associates, the multi-specialty physician group practice of University Health in San Antonio. And as CEO, she oversees more than 300 clinicians who provide care at University Hospital and 25 University Health ambulatory clinics.
I saw my mother struggle with depression when I was a child. My quest to help her and others like her have shaped my path over the past 33 years, taking me from India to Ukraine and eventually to San Antonio. I grew up in a family that valued education. They encouraged me to join a student exchange program for studying medicine in Russia. Attending medical school in a different country was exciting, yet not easy. I left home, learned a new language, adapted to a different culture, and studied medicine in Russian. My passion kept me going, and after finishing medical school, I moved to the United States with my family. I passed my exams, completed my residency at UT Health San Antonio, and joined University Health as a physician in an outpatient clinic. In the last 23 years at University Health, I have met many women who were my bosses and coworkers, and sometimes patients who became my mentors. They pushed me to grow, learn new skills, stay humble, and trust my abilities. Their examples shape both the doctor and the person I've become. I've tried to reciprocate my mentors' kindness towards me by coaching physicians and staff around me to further their education, pursue their passion and dreams, and celebrate their accomplishments. I also have 2 daughters. I hope I have taught them compassion and strength to stand up for what they care about, and I want them to know that kindness and resilience can make all the difference when life becomes difficult. To the young girls and women everywhere, I would like to say, work hard, ask questions, and pursue your dreams, because sky is the limit when you set your heart to something.
Dr. Monika Kapur. She's currently leading the strategic expansion of University Health in the ambulatory space as it adds facilities and services across San Antonio. Dr. Kapur is a recipient of the Women in Medicine Leadership Award from the Bexar County Medical Society and the Healthcare Heroes Award from the San Antonio Business Journal. Thank you for being a healthcare hero. Also in the category of health professions, we honor Dr. Nichole Vanderpute. Dr. Vanderpute is a leader in women's health who has championed the development of numerous prenatal programs and health clinics. As Director of Women's Health at Communicare, she expanded the program from 3 to 13 clinics and has worked to expand health services to women with disabilities at Morgan's Wonderland.
I always wanted to study and work hard to be a doctor one day. To me, being a doctor was the ultimate because I couldn't imagine a better profession than one that depended on trust and skill to care for someone during times of illness and vulnerability. I also knew I wanted to focus on wellness and prevention so people could lead their best lives. To think outside the box and develop new ways of impacting healthcare has been a true passion for me, and I have been blessed to join Communicare and health organizations that have championed my efforts. The most gratifying thing for me as an OBGYN is to be able to connect with women in the sincerest way, to learn from them, and take that moment to advocate for what could be better. As a women's health specialist, I work with women every day, and I'm consistently astounded by their resilience, character, and ability to serve as leaders for their families despite obstacles. My days include the joy of showing a mother her child's heartbeat for the very first time, but I also have the responsibility to provide care during times of immense pain and uncertainty, such as cancer and pregnancy loss. All of it, the highs, the lows, is a privilege, and I am humbled. I have been extraordinarily blessed to be surrounded by brave and unrelenting women my whole life. My mentors have included my grandmother, mother, sisters, and OBGYN colleagues. They all demonstrate resolve to make this world better, and they are so smart and fierce. They inspire me and remind me that the most important attributes are courage, integrity, and kindness. Challenges exist in our community regarding access to health and reproductive choices. We know societies thrive when women thrive, and we all have a responsibility to ensure that. So let's keep raising each other up. We have a lot of work to do.
Congratulations, Dr. Nichole Vanderpute. And for the first time in the San Antonio Women's Hall of Fame, we have a third-generation inductee. Dr. Nichole Vanderpute follows the footsteps of her mother, former state senator Leticia Vanderpute, and her late grandmother, Belle San Miguel Ortiz, known as the godmother of mariachi music. Congratulations again. Our inductee in higher education is Dr. Maria Danet Lapiz Bluhm. Dr. Bluhm is a tenured full professor and director of international programs at the School of Nursing, University of Texas Health Science Center at San Antonio. She's a registered nurse from the Philippines with graduate degrees in neuroscience and clinical investigation.
I am originally from a small island in the Philippines called Bohol. My parents inculcated in us the importance of getting a good education and having a career as their legacy, rather than possessions. Fights over land ownership had caused epic rifts within the family. My parents have taught me many things about life and the importance of the community. They emphasize the importance of hard work, excellence, and giving back. My academic excellence, leadership, and community service opened the whole world for me. This allowed me to receive scholarships to study neuroscience in Australia with honors, a pre-doctoral stint at Karolinska Institutet in Sweden, a PhD in biomedical sciences at the University of Nottingham in England. With my PhD, I did a postdoctoral fellowship at Lundbeck, Denmark. Then I wanted my work to directly impact individuals and patients. Following a postdoctoral stint at UT Health San Antonio Graduate School of Biomedical Sciences, I accepted a faculty appointment at the School of Nursing. This role allowed me to work with patients and communities. I have since been engaged in many activities to empower individuals and communities towards better health and patient outcomes. These community endeavors provide my students with extracurricular experiences to promote their passion and commitment in serving vulnerable populations. I hope I have served as their role model, passing on my parents' legacy. Thank you to San Antonio Women Hall of Fame, my family and colleagues for their support and recognition.
Congratulations, Dr. Maria Danet Lapiz Bluhm. Dr. Bluhm created the Center for Filipino American Health and is president-elect of the Texas Nurses Association District 8. She established the quarterly virtual global health hub with several international partner institutions, including Brazil, Japan, Mexico, the Philippines, and South Korea. Thank you, Dr. Bluhm. And tonight we congratulate Judge Rosie Speedland Gonzalez, our inductee in the category of law. The Honorable Rosie Speedland Gonzalez presides over Bexar County Court at Law Number 13 and Reflejo Court. She has created and implemented several programs that help women, children in families and crises. And everybody knows her as Judge Rosie.
throughout my life, it has been the women in my life who have had the biggest impact in the choices I made and how it has played out. Countless women throughout my life, like my mother, Alicia, my public school teachers from Brownsville, like Mrs. Dolores Medina, Mrs. Nelda Ortiz, Mrs. Linda Lasakis, Mrs. Blasa Barrera, Miss Luna, Mrs. Callis, Mrs. Frankie, Mrs. Wright, Miss Chriselle, Miss Hardy, Mrs. Metzinger, and women like Maria Antonieta Berriosabal, Susan Klein, Chief Justice Alma Lopez, Professors Anna Navoa and Benita Roberts, Justice Gina Benavides, Justice Irene Rios, Chief Justice Maria Salas Mendoza, Gloria Leal, and my wife, Stacy Speedlin Gonzalez, all have had a tremendous role and strong hand in shaping my path to success in life and my multiple careers. They created the ripple effects that created the inspirational waves that I was able to ride to be with you tonight. All have modeled leadership, all have been mentors and taught me necessary life skills that have made me a better woman and advocate for other women. They have been the original badasses and the first to kick down doors and barriers to opportunities that were once out of reach for me and so many others. Tonight, many are here to join in our celebration. I know I stand on the shoulders of these phenomenal women and many more giants. I'm grateful to each and every one of them and so many more women tonight. Tonight, we are not one woman, but we are here as a community of women, strong and united, representing the collective powers of our lifelong efforts. Tonight, we are reminded that there is still much work left to do and that the strength of the pack is the wolf, and the strength of the wolf is in the pack.
Congratulations, Judge Rosie Speedlin Gonzalez. Judge Rosie has been honored by the Pride Commission, the National Diversity Council, Beat AIDS, Texas Specialty Courts, and is a recipient of the Pride Political Icon Award, the UTSA Richard S. Howe Excellence in Service Award, and the Bexar County Pioneer Award. Congratulations again. Our next inductee is in the military category, and she takes us out of this world. Retired Air Force Colonel and retired astronaut Eileen Collins. Eileen Collins broke the glass ceiling to the stars 30 years ago when she became the first woman to pilot a space shuttle. She later became the first woman to command a space shuttle mission. Let's hear what she has to say.
As a child, I was fascinated by the vast number of books in our hometown library. My mother would take us 4 siblings on rainy Saturdays, and we would return home with stacks of books. It was through reading that I discovered what I was passionate about. I discovered the section on airplanes, and I knew I found my career passion. I read aviation books with dramatic titles like Fate is the Hunter, God is my co-pilot, The Stars at Noon, and I went on to read science fiction from famous authors like Arthur Clarke and Isaac Asimov, who inspired me to imagine the possibilities. I read biographies of famous people like Jackie Cochran, who started the Women Air Force Service Pilots of World War II. I decided I wanted to be an astronaut when I was in 4th grade. Now, this would not be an easy career, but the NASA astronauts became my heroes, and I wanted to be just like them. I wanted to go farther, faster, and higher than anyone before me. This required study, practice, building relationships, and polite initiative. I came across many barriers and setbacks to my goals, and I made many mistakes, but I continued to study people that I admired, and I tried to imitate their strong qualities. I imagined myself in various challenging situations and how I would perform. And through it all, I wanted to be the smartest, that I could possibly be, even though I was never the smartest person in the room. So if I have any advice for you, remember, books make you smart. You can read about the future to understand the possibilities. You can read about the past to understand how to not repeat the mistakes of the past. And you can read biographies of famous people who made the world a better place. You can be one of them.
Congratulations, Eileen Collins. Eileen has served on the USAA Board of Directors and is a member of the San Antonio College Scobie Education Center Education Center Advisory Committee. She also served as Grand Marshal of the Battle of Flowers Parade in 2022. She's a member of the National Women's Hall of Fame and tonight, the San Antonio Women's Hall of Fame. In the category of public service, we honor Renee Watson. Renee Watson is Director of Bexar County Small Business and Entrepreneurship Department, where her responsibilities include coordinating and monitoring the county's small, minority, and women-owned business enterprise program. She's also the Disadvantaged Business Enterprise Liaison and Title VI Coordinator.
Networking has been a cornerstone of my career, and it's something I deeply believe everyone should invest in. It's not just about leadership, it's about building relationships with peers and anyone who might impact your life, today or in the future. Networking can help you take the next step in your career or life, and I learned this early on in public service. Over my 40 years, every opportunity I've had came because someone called me. I never applied for a job. Everything was through connections. Someone knew someone who knew someone. That's why I always say, don't burn your bridges. You never know when you might need someone again. It can be tough sometimes, but long-term relationships matter. Networking helped me. Volunteering in campaigns and community organizations, I met elected officials and professors who opened the door. I learned to put the word out about my interests and not being afraid to ask for help. A no might eventually turn into a yes, unless they tell you to stop calling. One of the best ways to build connection is about asking people about themselves. It's been the key to opportunities and learning. And thanks to social media, my network has continued to grow even further. By the way, a former mentee of mine, who once was in a second chance program, reached out years later. He's now a lawyer and sent me a copy of his book. Reconnecting with people like him reinforces the importance of investing in others. Networking isn't just about favors, it's about mutual success. You may need someone, and they could play a critical role in your next project or community effort. Throughout my life, I've believed in focusing on public service and building others up. Whether it was receiving the MLK Distinguished Achievement Award or being inducted into the San Antonio Women's Hall of Fame, it's always been about teamwork and making a difference. I am proud of this legacy, and thank you for the honor.
Congratulations, Renee Watson. And in addition to the Distinguished Service Award from the city's Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Commission, she also has received the Leaders and Legacies Award, Women's Night, NBA San Antonio Spurs and Coca-Cola, and the Advocacy Award, Women's Leadership, San Antonio Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. Congratulations, Renee Watson. In the category, before we get to the next one, I think, Doris, you have an announcement?
I have an interruption, and I won't take long, but because of your request, we are extending the silent auction, and I want you to know that there are 15 items out there that still haven't received a bid. So please try it again if you are trying to bid. So now back to the program.
Okay, and I'd also like to recognize Chief Justice, or former Chief Justice, retired Chief Justice, Sandy Bryan Marion, who is with us tonight. Sandy. And our U.S. Marshal, Susan Pomerleau. In the category of volunteerism, we honor Velma Willoughby Kemp. Velma Willoughby Kemp was the first executive director of the Community of Churches for Social Action. She currently is the First Lady and leader of the Sisterhood of the Antioch Missionary Baptist Church of San Antonio.
Our mothers are usually our first teacher, but my mother, Zenobia Willoughby, was my first real mentor and still is to this day. I watched my mother excel as a business owner, community leader, and a strong woman of faith. Through her influence, I received a degree in business administration, and after several years, I began working for the Texas Department of Human Services. It was there that I realized helping others is my passion. Several years later, I started working for a grassroots organization on the East Side, and it opened many doors for me. I became aware of how disenfranchised some communities are. As a result, my profession evolved into community service, and it became my mission to help wherever I could. For the past 15 plus years, I have volunteered my time and talents to serve my community through my church, civic organizations, my sorority, and as a board member of several nonprofit organizations. My focus has been ensuring that those underserved citizens of our community are provided every opportunity possible to be their best. I trust that in some small way, I've made a difference. Finally, I say to everyone that with hard work, dedication, and trust in God, you can do anything. Certainly, education is important in attaining your career goals, but as you reach those goals, always remember to pay it forward. Give of your time, expertise, and finances because God requires us to help those in need. I believe this is our mandate for this earth. We are indeed our brothers and our sisters' keepers.
Congratulations, Velma Willoughby Kemp. As a board member of the San Antonio Area African American Community Fund, she led the Grants Committee, providing hundreds of thousands of dollars for local nonprofits. And she has served on a long list of boards, including Meals on Wheels and Stark College and Seminary. And now, she's a member of the San Antonio Women's Hall of Fame. Also in the category of volunteerism, we are proud to recognize Reverend Dr. Keely Holland Petty. Reverend Keely is founder and CEO of Kickstart Your Life TM, a global wellness coaching, counseling, and consulting service. She also started a faith-based mental health collective, which advocates for mental health training and services.
Hey ladies, I'm so happy to be here to share with you one of the things that all of us deal with. I'm Dr. Keely Petty, and I'm here to share with you that our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate, Our deepest fear is that we really are powerful beyond measure, and that frightens people. You know, it's our light, not our darkness, that frightens us personally. So we have these questions inside of us. Questions like, who am I? What am I? Why am I? And what am I ultimately to be? Well, I can tell you, you are already brilliant, you're already talented, you're already gorgeous, you're already fabulous, and you have been handpicked by God for this time and season to be in the earth. I will ask you, actually, who are you not to be great? When you give up your greatness, you choose to play small. And playing small does not serve the world. Why? Because there's nothing powerful or enlightening about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. You know what? All of us are meant to shine. We are all meant to shine because we were made to manifest the glory of God within us. Because it's not just in some of us, it is in all of us. And as you, like I, choose to unconsciously give other people permission to do the same thing, then and only then are we liberated from our own fear, our own insecurity, our own presence. And that automatically liberates others. So let your light so shine, giving God the glory.
Congratulations, Reverend Dr. Keely Holland Petty. Reverend Petty established Girl Worth Mentoring to empower teenage girls through life skills training and has served on the Texas Black Women's HIV/AIDS Initiative. She's also on the board of San Antonio's Mental Health Authority and the Center for Healthcare Services Foundation. Congratulations, Dr. Keely Holland Petty. And now please join me in one more congratulatory round of applause for all of our 2025 inductees. Wow. All outstanding women. An astronaut, first time for that. And we didn't have to say, is there a doctor in the house? Yeah, 3 of them. What a variety. And thank you all for your commitment and dedication to our community. Now, I would like to welcome our hardworking and dedicated third vice president and tonight's gala chair, Dr. Sylvia Reyna.
Thank you, Elizabeth. How humbling it is for me to stand here before such an amazing group of women. Let's say thank you for all that you do to the community and give another round of applause for the outstanding 15 women that have stood before us this evening. You can just imagine that you cannot do and put on, host one of these kinds of events without a number of people joining hands, crying, sweating, lifting, doing whatever it takes to get this kind of an event put together to honor the amazing women that we have put together to honor. So let me just say, if you've been on this committee, please stand. I do want to recognize the committee of outstanding members of the San Antonio Women's Hall of Fame that have contributed to putting this event together. Please stand, ladies. It's a large group. Please stand. Please stand. Look around the room. No one individual does it all. And while I get to stand here and thank you, I do want to acknowledge all of their help. You're welcome. I also just say to the ladies that have joined us this evening, you are now members, official members of the San Antonio Women's Hall of Fame, an outstanding group of over 500 women in the city of San Antonio and surrounding areas that commit themselves every day that they wake up to make sure that when one of us rises, we all rise. We all do this together. so that we can make a difference in our community. That's what we are for, that's what we've been put here for, and that's what we will continue to do. Congratulations again to everyone. Thank you.
So Sylvia, you've thanked your committee, but I would like to thank you on behalf of all of the members of the organization, the inductees, and I think even the participants this evening would like to say thank you to you.
Thank you, Doris.
And you know, they sometimes say that it's never too late. So I've asked Adrienne Cox to come back up here because last year she was our gala chair. And you know, Doris forgot her bouquet of flowers at home. So it's never too late to thank Adrienne for her hard work too. And Liz, you are the best looking Smurfette that I've seen ever. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being with us this evening. We hope you had a great time. We would like all of the inductees to come up here on the your right, my left side of the stage. We are going to take what we call the group class picture. And so as the family members, if you'll want to come up and take a picture of all of the inductees also. Joel is our official photographer, so he'll let you go first and get your pictures, and then he'll take the official class picture beyond that. So have a great evening if you are leaving us, but if you want a silent auction item, you will be notified on your phone. So I think they're about to close that also. So have a great evening, be safe, and we hope to see you next year.